did well in 2008, we did 477,000 early voting. And only did 323 here. We did 34,000 in the mail-in ballot. But the swing between, we said we need somebody to vote for. And I'm only talking about it because he is the sitting president, because I'm going to talk about Mitt Romney in just a minute. But anyway, voter turnout percentage in 2004, 58%. Voter turnout in 2008, 61%. Now, this is an off-election year, 2010, and the only reason I already throw that up there is because the voter change wasn't that drastic. We lost about right at 90-something thousand voters. That means that those are voters who didn't even bother to vote in the spread between 2004 and 2010, and they purged. They just took them off the list. They purged the list. And so as a result, in 2010, we went to 34% turnout. This is the Democratic primary numbers, and these are the Republican numbers. We've got them right here. I really want to caution you, and this is a year that you've been hearing everything about photo ID. Photo ID is not in effect for this election. So don't use it, don't try to use it as an excuse. Show up. Now, there are going to be people there, what I call poll watchers, and they're going to be trying to challenge you. You need to understand, you have a right to vote. You don't want to vote a provisional ballot. Make them look you up. Now, what's confusing, this is what we call a redistricting year, which means we had so much population move into Dallas County all over the state. But this region got more population, more growth than any place else almost in the state. That's what the fight was about with the 4 new congressional districts. So as a result, in 2008, we might have had 500-600 precincts. You got almost 700 precincts. So if you voted right there last year, you might not vote there this year.
Right. That's right.
You may have to go someplace else because we redrew the line. The law basically says when we get precincts, those are the number of individuals who live in a delineated area. When we get a few more, probably we usually do it around 4,000 or 5,000. When we get that in that precinct, we have to create another precinct. Cedar Hill is now in my district. And the first thing I get is, she's right across the alley from me. Why is she in that precinct? Because the line had to be drawn somewhere.
Right.
But let me just tell you, for I don't care how many years in Dallas, we got 25 early voting locations. 25. See, that doesn't change. I don't care what the population is. 25 early voting locations. All of the ballot styles, and styles just means, if Larry Taylor was a state rep, he ain't gonna be in North Dallas's precinct. He ran south. So he's gonna be on the ballot style, south. But if you decide to go way out North Dallas and want to vote for him, and you carry your address, and that's what you have to do, to say that's where you live, then you can find his ballot style out there in early voting. Election day, you have to go to your polling place. But prior to election day, you can go anywhere in Dallas and vote. Any other 25 early voting locations. I have not voted at my precinct in probably the last 20 years. Because early voting, I vote the first day. If I die on the second day, y'all can't go in there and get my vote. Vote the first day. Vote early. Vote the first day. The highest turnout for early voting is the day before early voting ends. Everybody out there talking about it's a lie. It's going to maybe a lie. It may rain. Go on and get it over with. It ain't going to change for 2 weeks. The style's going to be the same. You can go anywhere. Downtown City Hall. Yeah. Downtown City Hall, Oak Cliff Sub Courthouse. You can go way out in North, all of these. Box Springs, Cedar Hill. You can go to any of these and cast your vote. Your ballot style will be there. The biggest problem we're going to have this year is what's going around on the internet. And I know y'all believe that the internet is the second Bible, the second King James Version. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, okay? Now, if you want to go and vote for Mitt Romney in a straight party vote on the Republican ticket, then what you do is you go into the ballot box, you press Republican, and you walk out.
Explain it. Yes, sir. Make it plain.
If you want to vote for Mitt Romney, you go in and you press Republican, and you walk out. The moment you go in, if you want to vote for Mitt Romney, the moment you go in and you press Republican, and then you say, I want to make sure I get Mitt Romney. You press Mitt Romney's name, you just unvoted Mitt Romney. It's called a deselection process. If you decide that you want to vote Democrat and you go into the polling place and you press that Democratic lever, you can vote Democrat and walk out. Now what's going around is, if you really want to get President Obama, then you go in and you press Democrat. Then you press Obama. You just did what? Deselected. You just unvoted him. Now the rest of us Democrats, you got us. But it's no different than if I'm on the ballot. If you go in there and you press Democrat, and then you say, I really want to get John Wiley Price in, so I'm going to go press his name. You just did what to me? Deselected. You just unvoted. We're on, there are parties. There's the Libertarian parties out there. You know, if you want to do independence, you want to go through. You may not want everybody on the Democrat Party, so therefore you go